sweet dear magical friends. Welcome, willkommen to your psychic tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee, brought to you by my brand new shirt. What do you guys think of this? I did the TikTok thing. I freaking love TikTok so freaking much. This is my pantyhose top, and this is going to be my new outfit for the entire summer. Okay, welcome as we open up the energies of maybe your week, month, year, decade ahead using your download and opening it up with a tarot. I'm a remote viewer. I astral travel. I don't do a lot of astral travel, but I astral travel, and my new thing is telekinesis. So make sure you guys follow me over on the TikTok. That is where I do all of my demos and all of the things. I can teach you how to do it and teach you how to practice and teach you everything I know over on the Patreon, patreon.com/TheFirstArteagan, or some of you like to book through the 𝚃𝚑𝚎𝚎𝚅. Totally your preference. Tuning into your energies, I really felt that this was something happening in the angelic realm. So she showed me these geometric shapes, and they sort of turned into this, like, I'm going to be playing with this the entire read. This is just so much fun. Like, I really recommend you just grab some pantyhose, not the one with the garters, the one that you buy like in the box from like CVS, that you just like, this is the crotch that I just cut up, and these are little feetsies. She showed me these geometric shapes, and they formed into this prism, and then there were two people inside of the prism like looking at each other. And then that formed into the Two of Wands tarot card. And then she showed me these two places. And this is where I thought this was the angelic realm, because if you guys, those of you that have my Arteagan meditations, you can get that on the 𝚃𝚘𝚎𝚎𝚅 single purchase, and they're like uber expensive on there, or you could just go on the Patreon and you get all of them. So but the Archangel Metatron meditation, you go to those places, and it's this whole introduction to the angelic realm, so, and working with angels and working with archangels specifically. So this first place had huge statues. Both of these places were very bright, very, like, lots of like sunlight, like very, very, very bright. First place had these really big, beautiful statues, like ancient looking statues. And I could see this first place had, it's like these big, just the big statues. And then the second place, it was like this, it's like a big wall, like a big boulder, kind of like the Grand Canyon, like really, really tall and high, and a statue like embedded into it, or maybe like they carved into the wall. And then, but then, like, sort of like lower near the like bottom right to the statue was, I could see like little people, like these like a little, like if this were the place, if this were the wall, then the statue would be this big, the people would be like literally like this big. So it was really kind of like in The Mummy, when they're like the first film, The First Mummy, as I spit all over the place. They're flying over and they see like these little, so I felt like it was the angelic realm, but that second scene looked like travel. It looked like somewhere that I've never physically been. It looks like sacred places, a travel, a trip, foreign lands to like a sacred site. Gosh, it took a lot to get out. Okay, I want to start with a wild unknown animal spirit guidebook, and then we will clarify and open this up even more with the tarot of sexual magic, and maybe the Art Nouveau if we need further clarification. Okay, tell me what this is about. What is the message that I am here to deliver for today? Hope you guys are doing well. We have the eclipse next. We have the snake, and then we have the phoenix, bottom of the deck. This is going to be exciting. Okay, let's open this up. As I was saying, we're in like heavy eclipse energy, very exciting because they're switching over. So we're getting a little preview of what to expect in a much bigger way coming up. Here we go, snake. guardian of the guardian of unawakened magic and literally guardian. I'm reading from the book. Guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from your slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. I appreciate a good rhyme. I'm a writer. I love it. When you're in balance, you are prosperous, you are creative, and you are charismatic. When you are out of balance, you start and stop many things. Ooh, to bring yourself back into balance, Kundalini yoga meditation. Ooh. Another telekinesis person that I know that does it they've been practicing longer than I have. They're Gen Z and they're really, really, really good. They're doing heavier objects. I'm still on foils right now. And paper, like plastic straws from Starbucks. They're on to heavier objects. They do this. They're on them. They're all with this. That's wow. Ooh, interesting. So unawakened magic and creative potential. Even if you're creative, there may be, so if you're already creative, if you're already magical, you might feel a little bit plateaued. And some of you, this could be someone that you are, I hope you guys not hear the computer. I put it over here. So when you see me looking over here, or if I'm like this, but I'm like, I'm trying to see the screen to make sure it's not like lagging. There's more. There's more. You don't, there's a glass ceiling right through it. Ooh, okay. Now let's take a look at the Phoenix, and these are special. These little circle on the very top, you can kind of see that little circle. It's like it's a special like element. I feel very rock and roll today, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a fantastic Sun Jupiter Cazimi. First one out, Phoenix. Freedom from suffering and past karma. Reincarnation. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the Phoenix lifts our spirits up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. Ooh, the Phoenix and the first chakra. The ancient yogis believe that our heaviest karma resides in the first chakra. This earthen center is also called Muladhara, or our root. The ascent of the Phoenix begins here, and as the entanglement of karmas is slowly burned, it rises from the ash toward the navel center. Again and again, it makes this journey from first to third chakra, purifying our essence, freeing us from the past. Oh, okay. So you have like double trouble here with this chakra stuff, okay? These energy centers that are maybe blocked or plateauing you. A little bit of past karma. Okay, let's open this up. Let's open it up. Okay. Oh, I should have kept the little feetsies, and I could do the, then I could have had like little holes. Ooh, I'm gonna do that with my next pair. Okay. Okay, back to you. It's about you. This is about you. It's all about you. Okay, tell me what message to deliver. I wonder if you're going somewhere to meet someone, or traveling with someone. What message am I here to deliver? What message am I here to deliver for the people? The Hierophant. The Hierophant. First card out. Oh. This is some of the stuckness. The 3 tiers on his crown and on his staff, they're the realms of reality. There's the imagination, the material. So there's like a clog. There's a block here. The Hierophant deals with outer forms of religion. People seeing you go to church. The High Priestess is the real magic work, you know, the prayer, the meditation. But the Hierophant is more visual. It's more about conforming, and on the brighter side, it's protection from harm, you know, being safe affiliated, being safe in an institution, being safe in a prosperous commitment. But we do have the idea here of people and the right people, your people, safety within this place or this doctrine or this belief system. Oh, the Knave of Chalices, the Page of Chalices. This is the one where he's trying to write a love letter. He's really frustrated. And look at the cat in the background. Okay, so walking down the street, this girl opened up like a van, and these 2 little kittens, and she says, "Do you want a cat? Do you want some kittens?" You guys, I almost got these kittens. I almost took these kittens home. But it wasn't quite the sign. I was like, no, it has to be that like the kittens choose me. I'm wondering if the cat distribution system's gonna choose me, and like a cat's just gonna follow me home one day or something. We'll see. Anyway, the Page of Cups, this is a little bit infantile. This is a little bit immature. This is a little bit, now on the bright side of this could be like really, this is how I feel when I get an idea. Okay, it's like, or like love at first sight. You know, when you discover a new book and you're really excited, or, you know, it's like that first burst of emotional excitement. In this pictogram, he's a little bit frustrated, so it can, you know, if you don't get your way right away, or if your book was supposed to be here and you pre-ordered it and it doesn't get here on the day that you want it to get here, you know, you can get a little ornery. All right, let's see. What message am I here to deliver? Both will be children, like an actual small child. Ooh, another major arcana. Look at you. The major arcana, the Chariot. The Chariot. See, where are you going? Ooh, look at these bulls. They're looking in 2 different directions. In this one, they're bulls. 2 bulls going in different directions, and it doesn't go anywhere. So be careful with this one. Be careful about your drive, because the Chariot will challenge you to know yourself. When you know yourself, you can marshal your energies and the momentum, carry the energy and the momentum forward in a way that really benefits you. But if you don't know yourself, if you don't have your blind spots covered, if your shadow self is running the show, if your trauma is running the show, then you drive it into a ditch, is what I usually say. But in this case, you're stuck and you're not going anywhere. This is more like you're spinning your wheels, or you're like twisting in the wind or something. So, or maybe just dissatisfied, you know. But this is about waking up. This is about waking up that really powerful energy. So, you know, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of your own power, afraid of being happy, afraid of being passionate, afraid of getting it all, afraid of enjoying it, afraid of enjoying yourself. Oh, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Chalices. Let's stop there. This is pretty, see, but again, this is about human love perfected. And honestly, I'm not getting like love and romance with this. It feels more this, like in my visions and what she's showing me, it's like, so even in like The Mummy, it started out that they were just like trying to save the world. They were both trying to go get 𝚘𝚘𝚎𝚘, and actually that's like my favorite couple. Like The Mummy, Rick and Evie, they're like my fire sign couple, like the King and Queen of Wands. They're just like the adventurer couple. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is a partnership of adventurers. Thank you. I'm like, I can't just say platonic. That's not a full, you know, it's not full enough of a word. These people are adventurers. That's what this is. That's what this is. Oh my god, you guys, look at my hair. It's getting long. I have like long blue hair now. Sorry. It's about you. Sorry. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups, wish coming true. Ace of Cups. Okay. And the Hermit. This one's kind of sad because he's like all alone, but that's okay. That may or may not come up. This is a little bit, the Hermit with this pictogram is a little bit dissatisfied with coupledom, a little bit dissatisfied with got it. Okay, so someone has to wake up inside of themselves personally. This is a very personal journey first, and then that's why the Nine of Cups comes before the Ten of Cups. You have to make yourself happy first and foremost before you can be in a fruitful partnership, fruitful, you know, happy, equal, balanced connection. You've got to do the self, and no one can do that work for you. So someone may need to kind of go off and do their own thing, or maybe a little bit with like a mentor or something. Like sometimes I would just guard against like an over reliance on mentors. So, you know, like even with what I do, I'm very encouraging and like patient and understanding and supportive, and like I love teaching, I love mentoring you guys. Like you guys are like my favorite people ever. And I'm very supportive of like, you know, like fly, you know, like I love that. So I just, that's what I want for you. So overall, that's what this is you having and developing your connection to your higher self, your connection to source, your connection to the, I'm so proud of one of my students, one of my hierophants. That's what I call my highest level students, high priestesses and hierophants. One of my hierophants is developing his spirit mediumship abilities, and like we've been working together for like quite a long time, and he's very, very psychic, and he's like, to see him blossom is just, it makes me like, as the teacher, as the hermit, so I'm like the hermit mentor person, like to him in his case, it just it makes me feel like very like complete or something. So but it's like, but it, you don't like, but what I'm saying is you don't over rely, you don't go to that. This is why, you know, I have issues with the Roman Catholic Church, and I have a whole issue with formalized religion because it's like they want to build a spiritual dependency on them, and that is so unhealthy, and that's just not the vibe. So this is really about someone's personal adventure. So Evie had to be a librarian. You know, she couldn't, maybe her parents wanted her to go to college and to get a degree, but she's like, no, I want to be a librarian, so I'm gonna be a librarian. And Rick was like a legit adventurer. He was like, I'm gonna, I mean, I think he was she saves him from death. So his life went, it's so they, but their lives crossed paths, but they had to be true to themselves for that to happen. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you or another person, something has to like, you know, but it has to be like big and powerful and strong, very strong feeling. To wake up within yourself. That's what the Ace of Cups is. The Ace of Cups is the Holy Grail. It's my cup runneth over. All right, let's open this up. These are all really positive, though. This looks like someone's coming alive. Tell us about the Hierophant. What's in my... Ooh! Thank you. Ooh! Love this. The Empress with the Knight of Cups. Gorgeous, beautiful energy. This is fertility. Maybe, of course, childbirth. Of course, pregnancies. Of course that, you know, mothers. This is also Venus and Venusian. So that could include commerce, financial wealth, intellectual property, a wealth of intellectual property, creative births of the mind, intellectual property, creative births of the heart, really wonderful heart-centered relationships, and of course, creative physical births of the body. So there's some kind of really beautiful compliment, or maybe even an offer. This is Romeo energy for me. Let me take a look at this Knave of Cups, because something hit. Ding, ding. You get like a ping. Your little spidey senses start to like, you know. Tell me about the Knave of Chalices. What is this frustrated lover looking like? Four of Wands. I'm seeing this living room. It's like, it's like millennial white. Okay, it's like very, very like light colors, light. It's very, very light. It's like a party, but they don't want to be there, or their mind is like elsewhere, or they're like this. Okay, introverts know this. Like when we're at like parties, we go to the bathroom just to like breathe for a little bit. It's and just get like a moment where you don't have to like be into somebody else's, you know, your attention. You get to pull that back to yourself a little bit. Extroverts get energy through being with other people, and introverts get energy through alone time. That's what this is. So if there's like a party coming up and you see someone or your spouse has to like go to the bathroom, or just like, or we offer to go run out and get more ice or something, like, let me go, I'll go run the errand, let me go, I'll go run the errand. It's like I get that kind of vibe with it. So okay, what is this Chariot energy? The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. These were all really positive energies coming out, okay? So your Kundalini, your first chakra, all of the things, it's like you're really coming up. into your power though. But it's like you got to burn the karma. And here's the karma card. One of the karma cards. 6 of Cups of the Chariot. Something feels very familiar, and I feel, thank you. Okay, so this is like if you're traveling to see someone or you're meeting someone somewhere, this is like you feel very comfortable with them, so you may not have like I'm telling you, this does feel, I don't know if this is business or friendship or adventurers, but it's maybe like not strangers, but it's, or like a new relationship or somebody you don't know very well, but feel like familiar, comfortable with them. But if it is someone that you know very well, or if it is someone like a family member, like if there's that really long, like a longer history with them, that could be the bulls going in different directions, and then it stagnates and doesn't go anywhere. So you'll know with the whatever the relationships are sort of like telling you. I feel a weird sense of dread to clarify the 10 of Cups, but here we go. What's this 10 of Cups, please? What do we need to know? Oh, I thought something came out and it wasn't, but this did come on. It's a 2 of Pentacles. That's kind of wishy-washy to me. It's a little bit wishy-washy. Let me clarify that further with my little potato chip deck. There it is. The 10 of Wands. And Strength. All right. Okay. So there's the wishy-washiness is trying to shuck off the karma, or sort of like clear the plate, or try to restructure, reorganize, recalibrate relationships. The 10 of Wands makes me feel like someone's taking on something they don't need to, or something's really hard, like plain really hard. A relationship might be kind of hard, difficult, burdensome. It might be sort of unequal. Tell me about the Empress and the Knight of Cups. Is that, tell me about that. Thank you. The Magician and Temperance. Look at that. Magician and Temperance. I guess it's not like very clear. Magician and Temperance. Ooh, that's really powerful. That's really powerful. That's chemistry. That's great chemistry. So whether this is love, sex, dating, romance, adventurers, business partners, any kind of partnership, it's very, very balanced, and you're able to walk this sort of middle path and manifest some kind of, I just really like the safety of this institution. This Hierophant is the marriage. And remember what I say about romantic relationships, that you should make a sanctuary out of that relationship. So you can do that with, of course, marriage, but you can also do that with your business partnerships and your friendships, the best friend, your family relationships. There should be that trust and that feeling of safety, like the safety of Don't judge me for how bad my bad ideas are. Please judge me for how good my good ideas are, kind of safety. Let's do the rest of these since we already did two. What's this? Knave of Chalices and the Four of Wands. Thank you. The Emperor. You do have the married couple here. Empress, Emperor. I don't like that the Emperor is coming out with the Knave of Chalices, though. It's a little bit boss baby. It's giving me a little bit boss baby, a little infantile kind of energy. You know, this is very, she's giving me Don Draper leaving the birthday party. And then he doesn't come back. Like he does. He goes to get the cake. He goes to get Sally's cake and just like never comes back. Let's take a look at the Six of Cups and the Chariot. Knew it. You knew it. Okay, Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Okay. Oh, and Strength again. Okay. Here we go. So there's this. Okay, so this is that stuckness. You know, there's the bulls. One wants to go in this direction, one wants to go in that direction. And if you guys have any Taurus in your chart, or know any Tauruses, or know anyone that has any Taurus in their chart, or even fixed sign energy, but I really feel like Taurus is definitely the most stubborn. You cannot move them. The bull will like sit down and they'll stay sitting down, and you cannot budge them. You cannot strong arm them. It's a standoff. It's a standoff. Or like a Mars in Taurus, the way they fight, it's a standoff. These people are like the standoff people, okay? So this is, and then the Two of Swords is really confirming that like stalemate energy. Okay, I'm gonna give an example. I just saw this client. She's a new client, first time session, like just a couple days ago. This can apply to any form or context of relationship. I'm just using this because it's really fresh and recent, and it's an example. So she's the client, and she's the mistress to a married man, and a heterosexual marriage to a woman. She's a lot younger, he's much older, she's financially very comfortable, so she doesn't work. And she's asking me about, is he gonna leave his wife for her? And I'm looking at this, and she has a lot of Leo in her chart. So I swear, you Leos bring me the most dramatic, like the most dramatic situations, like in life. It's really wild. And whoever is right in front of me, just like when I do my weekly psychic tarot readings over on Patreon, 6 days a week, you guys are always the main character. I'm always on your side. So this consultation, this was an astrological consultation. This is a consigliere session, so very strong strategy. Oh, we had a lot to open up. We had a lot to work through. I'm not going to, name any, clearly, of course, confidentiality. It was a situation that, deeply in love, she says, and he has a lot of Gemini in his chart, so it wasn't looking that great. And I told her, I said, you got a lot of Leo in your chart. The only two zodiac signs that have crowns are Leo and Capricorn. Leo's crown is bright and sparkly, and there's bedazzled jewels, and it shines bright, and everyone around the Leo is like blinded by the light. And Capricorn's crown is invisible. You can't see it, but you can kind of feel it. You can kind of feel You can feel it more than you can see it. So, you know, he could do the duplicity. He could do both. She can't. And I'm telling her, your chart's not functioning like this. This isn't good for you personally. And I said, you can't settle for being second best. It's not how you run. Now she's under some kind of like a, when we're under like a Neptunian influence, we could sort of just like get lost in the delusion, you know. So trying to ground her and bring her back down. And this is sort of like a similar dilemma happening here, but in that context. And I'm telling her that, you know, you're not like happy like this. You're not happy settling for second best. And we're having a session, we're talking, and eventually she accuses me of being on the wife's side. I said, my dear, look, this is nothing. Everyone's an adult, okay? The wife can handle a breakup, can handle a divorce. She's a big girl. She's a grown adult. They're mature, grown adults, hopefully, you know, and they can deal with it. It'll be fine. It's not about that. It's about you, and not settling to be second best, right? And you know, she's got this. Her father, without going into like way too much detail, her father cheated on her mom, slept with her best friend in college. So there's karma there. There's, you know, we're opening all that up, and she just wants to know. She keeps trying to reroute me, and it's like, okay, well, is he gonna leave her or not, you know? And it really felt a lot like when Harry met Sally with Carrie Fisher, when Sally's trying to tell her, she's like, he's never gonna leave his wife. She's like, you're right, I know you're right. You know, she's giving like that kind of a vibe. And so I'm coaching her, and we're talking about this, and I'm trying to, sometimes I like the Socratic method. I ask you questions to get you to think of the answers. So I said, well, why would he? He's getting, because they're like sleeping together, okay? And remember, I don't judge. I would rather understand than judge. So if this is adventurers, there could be like side deals happening, maybe black market stuff happening. If this is a business connection, there could be an unequal business advantage, or things that you don't know about. Maybe your business partner is like selling access to you and you don't know about it, or, you know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking these questions, and I'm saying, listen, if this is, she's convinced it's love. And if you look at a chart and you see like someone's gonna have, you know, I don't know, an affair or something like that, someone, you know, they're gonna be swept up, they can't do anything about it. So I'm telling her, I'm saying, listen, you can't settle for second best, but you've been settling for second best. That's a self-esteem issue. If my client were the husband, I'd be talking to him about his self-esteem issues. If the client were the wife, I'd be talking to her about her issues, whatever it was, you know. The Two of Swords, the Six of Cups, and this Chariot, there's something that's not moving forward because of like a karmic sense of attachment, you know, some kind of like duty, or like, this could even be like you made a pact in a past lifetime, like we'll always be together no matter what, or I'll always, you know. But you know, though they carry on into the next lifetime. It's like one of the reasons, if you try to make wealth for yourself, create generational wealth, and then you can't do it, part of the subconscious resistance could even be that you took a vow of poverty in a past lifetime. You were an initiate in a past lifetime or something, you know. So she's going on, she's telling me about all their problems. I said, that doesn't matter. They have karma. The married people have karma. They have karma. You got to pull your energy back. You got to get out of that. You have to stop that. Accuses me of being on the wife's side. I said, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with protecting the wife. She can take care of herself. It's about protecting you and your energy. I said, if he feels, I've never felt this. I've never been in love with two people at the same time. So I can't personally relate to this. But if he feels love for you, you know, like real love, there's a point where he's going to feel that the loyalty, it's going to feel like a disloyalty to be with the wife. And he'll, like, you know what I'm saying? And so if that hasn't happened yet, then I don't know if he really loves you. Do you really think he really loves you? Because right now he's getting your energy, he's getting the wife doing his dishes and all this others. She's like the, you know, the whatever, the like a, like the wife is doing all of the physical labor. I don't think they have children, but she's doing all the physical labor, carrying all the emotional labor of the marriage, and you're doing all the sexual labor, you're doing all the emotional labor of that relationship. So like, why would he change? Why would he, you know, do something? So if it's like the business relationship, you know, if the person is selling access to you and you don't know it, or you think you're getting a good deal from someone, but they're doing something, or they're behind your back and you don't know it, or you have a feeling but you're kind of ignoring it, or if this is a family relationship, they're close to you to give all this information to another family member that you're not talking to. You know, why would they choose? Why, if they could play both sides, if your family member can play both sides, why would they stop? This is boundaries. Okay, boundaries. I said, you got to clean up your side of the street. There needs to be a cleanse here. Okay, with this, we're gonna get the book back out. With the Phoenix energy's got to be a cleanse, got to be a burning away with these ashes. And so I said, what was I? Oh yeah, so I was like, well, if he doesn't feel like this, like, when does your love story begin? And where does their love story end? How is that happening? Because if your love story is beginning, then, you know, you just have to wait till the divorce papers are signed. Because she's asking me, she's like, well, when do I know? I said, when he divorces her, then you know. Then you know. Then you can go, you don't even have to wait till the ink is dry on the divorce paper. You write them all day, write them all night, your favorite everything, travel together, do whatever you want. But I said, how long has this been going on? She goes, since the pandemic, a couple years. I said, a couple years? A couple years? I was theatrical. It was an interesting read. So, you know, we're going, you know, we're coaching her. And this is why I give you guys the Zoom recordings. It's because when you're in a session, there's like, I feel like there's just so much happening, and there's a lot of energy work, and I'm doing things and talking to you and asking you questions. You're asking me questions, and we're validating, we're going back in history, and we're getting dates. I'm asking you about what happened this date and whatever. And it's just like a lot. So that's why Mercury retrograde's coming up, and that is a wonderful time for you guys to listen or watch old readings that you've had, not just with me, but from your other psychics and tarot readers and astrologers. It's a really good time to just have a listen, because you at a different state of awareness may have a different view, a different perspective on those readings, and you may hear things that you just didn't hear before, or see things or understand things that you just couldn't get or didn't get before. Me as a Cancer ascendant, that happens to me where I'll read an email the first time and then I'll wait, and then like a week later I'll go back and I'll read the email, and I get like different impressions in it, or I see different things, or I, you know, so I told him, like, girl, run. It's years and he doesn't know. No. So if it's an adventurer partner that's years been selling stuff on the black market, if it's a family member, for years they've been playing both sides and making up excuses and blaming everybody else and blaming other people. If it's been years that the friendship has maybe this friend has been insecure for years, and you're trying to, like, you know, come on, you know, like, come on, you know, trying to like help them, like, you know, years. There's something here. That's the stuckness. So, you know, this can be an absolutely revolutionary moment for committed partnerships, where one or both of the people, like the dual adventurers, or the you know, the two family members, or of course the marriage couple or the best friends, where you guys need like a nice cleanse, an emotional karmic cleanse, and you guys, that couple, will be stronger than ever. I said, this particular situation, I said, let this go, let him go, pull your energy back, take your power back. When we say that, when you see that in memes, what it means is whatever you are putting into the situation, whatever you're putting into the connection, so take it back. So for her, it was really easy because it was sex. But if it were, you know, if she didn't go that far, let's back it up. Let's say they were just like texting or something, then I would say stop texting. Boundary. You know, pull that energy back, pull it back. And then if he doesn't, you know, if the adventurer partner doesn't stop selling ancient artifacts on the black market, then they're not the right partner for you. Thinking about the mummy. If your best friend won't stop being toxic, if they won't go to therapy and get help so they can treat you better, if they're not being honest with you, if your friend is not being honest with you and they're just like slippery as a little fish, then you boundary, healthy boundary. Okay. But I said, yeah, if this man's married, this is a married person. They're in a karmic entanglement already, and you're getting all up in the, like, energetically, I'm trying to like, you know, do this like thing. So that's somehow a part of this, some kind of quantum entanglement. So there's an energy leak. So, and it's a crutch. The Six of Cups is a karmic crutch. So whether it's in the friendship where maybe someone helped you get sober, and now they're going through, let's give them a crisis. Let's say they have they're a first-time parent, and it's totally changed their marriage, and they're going through a crisis, and they're just really depressed. And maybe maybe the wife is really overwhelmed, and the dad doesn't know what to do. He's a first-time dad, and he's just really, really dark, and he doesn't want to be cheered up, and he doesn't want to be with his child, and he's going through like some kind of crisis, and he's, you know, there's no, you know, sex right now, and it's like an isolating, alienating time. And I help a lot of men with a lot of isolating, alienating things that there's just not like easily accessible, you know, help or support for, that's truly compassionate and truly understanding. I firmly am such an advocate for men, just as much as I am an advocate for women, just as much as I am an advocate for children, just as much as I am an advocate for families, for the complete family unit. Okay? Health, good positive energy work. So you try to help them, but they're returning to a baseline of negativity. You need to draw the boundary with yourself, and they're going to feel betrayed. They're going to be like, I helped you get sober, and what the hell, and da 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 da. And but this is like an energy leak for you. This is an energy leak for you. Okay, there's so much beautiful energy here. All you have to do is use this part of it and this part of it, the chakras. Okay, you just have to open up these chakras. Okay, there's something about the bit. Okay, so remember during the pandemic, and this specific lioness's story started during the pandemic, and you know, that was pretty a charged time. You know, people thought it was the end of the world. So maybe it was more like, hey, it's the end of the world, let's live, vive, right? So, you know, during the pandemic, remember when everyone was buying up all the toilet paper? That's the base, that's this chakra, that's the snake chakra. Okay, that's like that lower first chakra, where everyone's chakra was being like overactive in the negative, where, and it was like right by the pooper. And so that's how people were reacting. I did not stockpile toilet paper, but I did run out of toilet paper, and everyone bought all of it, so I could not get any new toilet paper. So I just took like 5 showers a day. Whenever I had to go to the bathroom, I would just take a shower. Same thing with the food. I would order, at that point, I was in LA, I was in Van Nuys or Sherman Oaks, somewhere around there, and I was getting my groceries delivered, and then everybody started getting their groceries delivered. So I no longer I just looked to make sure that I was recording. I'm like, please let me make sure that I'm recording. I'm recording. And so I couldn't get my groceries delivered, and didn't have my car at that time because it was late 2020 that I became a Bitcoin darling. And then I bought Bitbit. I bought my car with my Bitcoin. That was the beginning of my investing career. But back it up. Now in LA, we don't have the car yet, and couldn't get groceries, so I just ordered gift baskets off Amazon. You know, they have like those like meat, cheese, nuts, jams, like business, the gift baskets, like corporate gift baskets, like non-perishable. It's non-perishable. I just ordered that for a couple weeks, for a little while, and I survived. And here we are. I have a lot of toilet paper, all the toilet paper I could ever want. I have a pantry full of food. Okay, so it's like there's just like some kind of fear. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but this is just the only negative thing that's in your reading. Everything else is so happy and bright and optimistic. And I know there's like travel or vacation. If you are married and you want to like save this marriage, go on vacation, have a lot of sex. If you are in a friendship and you want to save this friendship, go on a road trip and take a lot of pictures, eat a lot of ice cream. If you are in a business partnership and you want to save this partnership, go on a business tour. Through experiences, fun, interesting experiences. One of you show the other one something, you know, and go back and forth. Okay, but like in my example though, I said if he's watch, let's take a, she's, you know, we're like going back, and guys, if you book with me, I take that so seriously and I make it so worth it. I'm not the one to tell you what you want to hear. I will tell you the truth, and I will channel whatever I channel. I don't judge anything. I would rather understand than judge. Makes me a better writer, makes me a better actor, and it makes me a better mentor, person of service. Okay, so but I told her, I said, if you'll know, let him tell you. Let him tell you. Here, I'm gonna tell you to pull the energy back, and if he does a divorce, you guys ride off into the sunset, live happily ever after. I don't think he's going to. I'm like telling her, like in When Harry Met Sally. Billy Crystal should host the Oscars every single year. I love Bill. I miss seeing him. I miss hearing his voice. I miss his jokes. I miss everything. Billy Crystal. I was watching things like, I was watching such grown-up stuff. Like I remember when Just Shoot Me came out, and because I would watch like The Simpsons, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, King of the Hill, and Frasier, and there was another one. Seinfeld. And I was a very small child watching these shows, but then Just Shoot Me came out, and I remember my uncle asking me, like walking in the room, he's like, why are you watching this? Like, why do you like to watch this? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I was a little girl. I don't know. So, yeah, so if this is like, if there's like a stuckness, then there needs to be a solo trip, a solo journey. Maybe someone takes a vacation alone, or maybe there's 2 vacations alone and then you kind of come back together, and then maybe you take solo vacations for a little bit and then you like meet at a destination together and then do the last leg of the vacation together. Maybe it's something like that. But I told her, I said, you know, if it's real, if your love story started, if his love story started in 2020, honestly, that just sounds like such a long time, like many, many years. But I said, listen, then it'll happen. Then it'll happen. Then he'll do right by you. And I'm telling you, she's got a lot of Leo on her chart. She cannot be second best. All that stuff is beneath her. Her chart's not functioning. And this is the only thing, like with my trust funded clients, most of my customers are like return clients. And so some of them are funded from trust accounts. And that's like one of the only things, is that there's no like other project to distract you, to be a priority. There's too much time and space to spiral and spin out and like over concentrate on something like this, on something like an, you know, an insecurity or like an affair or something like that. So honestly, I know we opened that up a lot, but it's just to show you that the purge, like the flush, is all you need. It's all you need, is just to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It'll feel so good to let go of the weight. Let's see. Freedom from the Phoenix is freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation, guilt. She's giving me Inception. Watch Inception. That was the one where he manipulates his wife and feels a lot of shame and guilt about it. So if there's like, you know, shame or guilt making you feel like a subconscious loyalty to someone, or, you know, anything like that, that's what you've got to flush. That's what you've got to let go of. Maybe it's even shame, guilt, or fear sexually with the snake here and that first chakra energy. There could be some of that to confront or you know, let go of. So, you know, it's something burdening the relationship with this Ten of Wands. So it's something heavy. It's something you know, it's like, or the friendship or the family connection. It's like, stop lying to me. Why are you lying to me? You can lie through directly, indirectly, by omission, letting someone believe a lie, letting someone believe a fallacy, not correcting them, protecting someone else by what you're not saying. You know, maybe someone's asking you about something and they know there's something going on, but they're not asking the right question, so you don't answer it. But they know there's something and they know you're not saying it, but they don't know how to ask to the specific pointedness of the question. There's so many different ways that people lie or, you know, deceive each other. And so it's like, something's like eating away at this, and I just don't want you to blow whatever this is. So, you know, this, honestly, this like Empress, Magician, Temperance, that is feeling so self-empowered in this commitment, in this institution, in this religious belief system, spiritual belief system, creative belief system, whatever this is for you. So if you're not feeling really creative, if you're not feeling like the ideas are flowing, if you're not waking up passionate, excited, ready for the day, that's not the right commitment for you. Could be a job, could be the adventurer thing, could be one of my regular weekly clients. He travels a lot, like internationally, a lot. So, and so he's doing remote, a lot of remote viewing work and a lot of astral travel work, and that's what I'm, you know, coaching. Those are my specialties, is remote viewing, astral travel, telekinesis, recently telekinesis. So, you know, if that's not feeling safe for you, but it's like he's tired of it now. He's tired of it. So that's not, it was exciting and it was great and it was working, it was fun, but now he's like, oh, I'm sick of it. So I'm like, I want to, you know, stay grounded somewhere. So you'll know how you feel. If you feel alive and invigorated and balanced and aligned, and that there's like eternal fertility of the ideas, of the love, of the passion, of the creativity, of the fun, of the romance, of the financial abundance, of the creative flow, of the exploration, here's the thing. I'll leave you with this. In any relationship, you need that space for both of you to learn and grow. And you both want to stay curious about yourselves and about each other. A relationship should not be a stagnant, I know you, you know me, and that's it. It's the continual process of getting to know each other that keeps it exciting, that keeps it alive. Continue dating. All my married friends, I tell them, don't stop dating each other. Don't stop wearing all the sexy stuff. Don't okay? So it's, I like to see the right ones be really strong and really make it. I love to see the good part. What if, you know, like look at Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Like look at their great like writing partnership. Like how cool and fun is that? You know? So that's how you know which one to like really go through it for, because it's going to make you, it's going to give you that space to keep learning and to stay curious and open, and it makes the partnership that much more exciting, because you both know that you are both growing and giving yourselves space and time to continue that personal self-development path. The Hermit, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. It's about the self first. When you're entangling with other people and relationships, it could be so easy to lose yourself in the other person or overinvest your identity into the partnership. And things get unbalanced. And so it's time to bring it back into balance. Only when people are super insecure about themselves and then they project it on the partner and then they try to control each other, and it's like, it's like all this big convoluted stuff. So the TLDR, I see some commitments, I see partnerships, I see, oh, we didn't get the Two of Wands. We did not. Interesting. Is it, let's see. That's the World. This was the Strength. Okay. And we do have the Two of Swords and we do have the Two of Pentacles. So we have two twos. Because I was getting that like, sorry, the TLDR, focus on the self, personal development, and then you'll be much stronger to either fix and rehabilitate a connection with someone, if it's the right, really good one, you know, really, really strong, and you'll feel very free. You'll feel like you don't want to be the first one to volunteer to go get ice or to pick up the cake. And if it's not the right one, if it's not the right partner to go on an adventure with, if it's not the right partner to support your, I don't know, you want to take up pottery or painting and the partner's complaining about paint everywhere, or like something, if there's something off or restrictive, you'll feel stuck, you'll feel burdened, you'll feel heavy, you'll feel frustrated with this family member that is always trying to play both sides. You'll feel frustrated with the friend that isn't admitting something to you, that you know something's going on somewhere, somehow, or in the business, but they're not being totally honest with you and you don't know what to do about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, how much can go back to the beginning of the video and listen to these descriptions again. So it's about that flesh, okay, fleshing out that karma and freeing up that first chakra, the energy flow, so that you can be creative. So you can be creative in your own life and feel empowered to do so. Let's take a look at your moonology. I love I love this over here though. So there is some really fantastic source of like love or creativity or safety. There is that there in your life right now. It's there. You're like manifesting it, but it has to be the free will choice. You might just have to let go of something first, or even if it's an idea or a concept, you know. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon energy. Interesting. Popper. Oof. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo energy. But which, by the way, interesting that we went here today, because we're in eclipse energy, and over the next couple of years we're going to see absolutely phenomenal breakups and alliances. We're going to see really powerful alliances forming and partnerships forming, and we're also going to see surprising breakups, like in the public eye and all that kind of thing. So a time to give rather than take. Someone is like not giving out of fear and lack, so they could be a little bit devouring. If someone's like devouring, and this is almost like someone that's very, very insecure, so they're always checking up on you, and they're always, where are you going, when are you going to be home, and they're all up in your business. energy drain. So you just have to fix these energy leaks, and to make sure that you're in the right, that every relationship should be a sanctuary, but they should also be portals. An equal give and take. A portal is you put into the portal, you receive from the portal. Okay? So, time to give rather than take. Someone's not giving. Yeah, going back to the example, all that Leo energy, she's Leo energy needs to be like, you know, yes, queen, like, yes. So it's like she needs more. So someone here needs more. But settling for less. Virgos are so, I love Virgos. Both of my parents are Virgos. Which, digression. So recently, I don't like spirit mediumship. I don't like to do it. I don't like the way it feels. I personally love remote viewing and telekinesis the most. I like to feel like I have control over my ability. But with spirit mediumship, I don't. And I don't like that. Recently, I was asking some questions to my higher self, and it was my Mexican grandparents that came through and answered. And it was very, guys, my paternal grandparents are both deceased. They're on the other side. And my Mexican grandparents are Mexican grandparenting me from the other side. And it is ironic. It is so ironic, and it's hilarious. Like, if I talked with anyone on my father's side of the family, they would get such a kick out of it. But just hilarious. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. But oh, so people on the other side, just real quick. So just like your higher self, you from the future, your over self, the most highest of all, like you, just like your just I love it. I'm gonna have another one where I make all little holes. I don't know if I said that already. But just like your higher self and your spirit guides will give you experiences and put people in your path and put experiences and situations in your path to help you learn what your soul wants to learn and reward you the way that you want to be rewarded, so do your deceased family members and pets on the other side. They will do the same thing. So I was asking about something, asking my higher self, then my paternal, my father's parents came through and told me that it was them that gave me this experience, and that the experience that I was asking about was it makes so much sense that my Mexican grandparents gave me that experience. And so I have such a great connection with them. So I know that when my father dies, that he's going to be like my favorite guardian angel. He's going to be the very best. He's really going to be in my corner in the way that he couldn't really be, when he was alive. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm really looking forward to, like, just, it'll be so like full and rich and pure. Because when we die, all of our toxicness goes away. You think you can be toxic in heaven? No, everyone's going to heaven, number one. Number two, you can't be toxic in heaven. You can't be resentful in heaven. You can't be jealous in heaven. You can't be a liar in heaven. None of that, all that burns away. You let that go. That's why I'm telling you, like in this reading, let it go now. The sooner you let it go, you will have wished you let it go a lot sooner. You'll have wished, like, wow, this feels great. This feels amazing. I'm so creative. I'm so in love with my life. I'm so vibrant. I'm so myself. I have myself back. Not the trauma, not the. So a time to give rather than take, but give to yourself first. Give to yourself first. Then maybe make a deeper commitment to a really great partnership, or recommit to a wonderful thing that you've got going, recalibrating an existing relationship that maybe has to die and be reborn, or, maybe in some cases, just let go of someone or something completely, or some concept completely, or even a way that you're showing up in relationships, letting that go completely. But yeah, if the other person has a baseline of negativity, or you just can't, that's a Two of Swords. That's like the stuckness. That's the bulls, two bulls going in different directions. So Take time to breathe out. I'm here if you need me. My loves, take very good care. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings.